Never Say Never by Natasha Jonigan. Chapter 4. Today was the day Mark was coming home and I was ready. He hadn't returned any of my calls and he was going to answer to me. The house was a mess. It looked like a tornado touchdown. I had to be careful of all of the broken glass and furniture. I even took a bat to the glass dining room table, snatched curtains from the windows, and cut our leather sectional with a steak knife. My foot had a nervous tap as I sat boiling mad, waiting for Mark to pull up in his Cadillac CTS. The thoughts I had about that car and what I would do to it. He pulled into the driveway and parked the car. Usually I would meet him at the front door with a kiss, but I had other plans. Mark's hands were full, one bag across his shoulder with one in each hand. As soon as he opened the door, I went upside his head with the lamp breaking it. It was the closest thing to me. My heartbeat intensified with each blow to his head and chest. Mark dropped his bags as he hit the ground, screaming for me to stop. "Honey, what's wrong?" Holding his head with blood on his hands. "What the hell do you mean?" The lamp broke and I was empty-handed and out of breath. I confronted Mark about the letter I found. Of course he denied it and I went into a rage again, waving my arms with ball fists, hitting him anywhere I could. Mark tried to block each blow, but he couldn't. I looked like I fought Mike Tyson himself, and he looked like a victim of circumstance. We fought a while, starting and stopping back, Mark mostly in defense mode. After a few hours, we both calmed down enough to have a conversation. Mark finally admitted to having an affair with my best friend Felicia. He wanted to see the letter, although I refused to give it to him. We tried calling Felicia, but she didn't answer. I left her a message on her voicemail. "You slimy bitch. How could you? No need to return my call. I'll see you in divorce court, and the Church of Christ will see it that Mark will never pastor or preach again. Bitch." I went from a non-cussing, sanctified, Holy Ghost dancing First Lady of the church to a cussing fool in less than 72 hours. Pain took a hold of me and used me up. Depression set in and I was left with a house that I demolished myself. Mark agreed to move on. When I did finally let Mama come over, she was shocked at the sight of our home. It was always clean. Mama instilled it in us that cleanliness was next to godliness. Nothing was ever out of place and not a dust mite in sight. As Mama walked into the house, her footsteps crunched with each step from the glass covering the floor. My hair hadn't been combed in a week and I hadn't touched the bathtub, let alone think about it. I fell into my mother's arms, crying like a newborn baby. She cradled me and caressed my hair. The love and comfort I now felt gave me strength to get up and move. "Now you gotta get cleaned up, honey. You're too beautiful to smell like a sweat rag." As I excused myself, Mama said she would clean up a bit and prepare us some lunch. Mama took very good care of me, and my sister Paula came down from Atlanta to stay a while. Without them, God knows what I would have done. After cutting on the hot shower, I let it run for a while, making the bathroom foggy. I stepped to the mirror and wiped my hand over the glass to see my reflection. With my hair standing on top of my head, I could still see a beautiful woman before me, and I was not going to let this situation tear me down. Still looking at the mirror, my eyes paused on Mark's walk-in closet. Clothes, hangers, and jewelry laid sprawled across the floor. Tears set in the corner of my eyes. I miss Mark. I loved my husband. I thought we would be together forever. What was I going to do now? I waited my whole life to be married and in love. The love I had for him didn't stop overnight, and I still hungered for him.